G'day, Starlo here. It's not a very nice day. It's a pretty typical day actually for the far south coast of New South Wales in late spring and early summer. We do get a lot of days like this. Sure, we get hot weather as well, but we get a lot of these grey, slightly drizzly, heavily overcast and rather cool days. And if you stayed home every time there was one, you wouldn't get to fish much at this time of year. I actually don't mind them for fishing, these grey, soft days. So I've come out and I want to do something this afternoon, which is give this reel a run. You might remember that a while back I unboxed and did an initial review on this little baby Vanford 500, the smallest reel in the Shimano Vanford range, and in fact the smallest spinning reel that Shimano Australia bring into the country. It's a beautiful little reel. I've spun for trout with it. I've caught a few mullet on it, but I thought, you know what, I need to go out and see if I can find something a little bit bigger on it as well. So I've matched it up to this little 5'9" X-Pride rod, and I've come out this afternoon to wade the edges of one of the coastal lagoons here, see if I can catch a flathead or a brim or something on it. Most of you who know me well and watch my programs know that I love longer than normal rods, so 5'9" is a really short rod for me. It's a little toothpick, but anyway, I reckon it might be a bit of fun. I won't be able to cast as far as I can with my longer rods, but it should work all right. I've only brought a handful of little hard-bodied lures with me, a couple of floating divers, a couple of little swim baits, and I even threw a surface lure in, although I don't know if it's really surface luring weather. We'll find out. I've got a small backpack with my gear in it, some leader material, some scissors, a pair of pliers, a water bottle, and I'm about to hit the water, have a wade, and see if we can find a fish. I could easily do this barefoot, but I've opted to slip on my neoprene booties to protect me from any sharp shells or spiky branches. But I'm not sure they'd offer much protection against this customer. The best way to avoid stepping on one of these is to keep your eyes peeled. I'm kicking off with one of Ray Broughton's Bimmy timber hardbodies. I figure it'll run about 1 metre deep. I give it a quick test swim first to make sure it's tracking straight, which it is, and then fire it out. Notice how I'm not always casting straight out, but rather down along the shoreline at about a 45-degree angle. This allows me to cover the shallower areas before I wade into them and potentially spook any fish. But I'll also shoot a few casts straight out as well. It's important to cover the water thoroughly. And as it happens, on this grey, drizzly afternoon, it doesn't take me too long at all to find a willing taker. Oh, yes. There we go. That feels like a flathead. Well, it's a start. Fun on the little rod. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's not a bad flatty. There's a nice eating size one. I might take him home. I've got to land him first, of course. Pick myself a clear bit of shoreline in here to wade him in. There's a little bit of clear shore up here. Oh, that's good. That's a start. Oh wow, he's only just hooked. He might get off. Doesn't really matter. Perfect eating size one, about 40-41 centimetres long. Got him. There we go. On one of Ray Broughton's new hard bodies. All right, you can come home for dinner. I'll kill it, bleed it, and stow it in a bag in my backpack, all under the watchful eye of my spectator gallery. Then I'm straight back into it. Notice how I keep moving down along the shoreline as I fish. That's so that each cast covers a new strip of water. And also notice how I incorporate pauses into the retrieve to let that buoyant, hard-bodied lure rise in the water column. Oh, yes. Oh, he clonked that on the pause. What are you? Oh, he's a good fish. I don't know that this is a flathead. Yeah, I think it is a flatty actually. Wow, he definitely hit it on the pause and rise. Oh yeah, nice flatty. The rest of dinner perhaps. Oh, I love the way they hit a hard body. So solid. And the little outfit is fun. Sure, I'm not casting quite as far as I would with a longer rod and a 1000 or 2500 size reel. I'm probably getting about 10% less distance on most of my casts, but you know, it's not making a big difference. He's a little bit bigger than the other one. Oh, maybe not. I think he's foul hooked. No, I think he is a little bit bigger. He's hooked strangely. Another perfect eating size, another one of those 41, 42 centimetre type fish. That wind's picking up a bit, as is the drizzle. That's the rest of dinner. Turns out it wasn't the last one either. A few minutes later I hooked my third flatty, just a bit further along the same bank. Again, it's no monster, but good fun on this little outfit. I'm loving that 500 Vanford reel. Small but deadly. This was also the smallest of the trio of duskies, but still a couple of centimetres over the minimum legal length here in New South Wales, so I opted to keep it as well. We do love a meal of fresh flathead at my place, and I have no issues with keeping a few for the table. For me, it's one of the many reasons and rewards for going fishing. Well, it got too dark and dingy for my sunglasses even, so I think that's nature's way of telling me it's time to go home. It wasn't a bad way to spend an hour or two on a drizzly, cool, late spring afternoon, and at least I got to take 3 lovely flathead home to eat. So it certainly wasn't a complete waste of time. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, give us a like down below, and if you don't follow the channel already, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Until then, tight lines. I might just have a couple more casts.